Everyone, I am back with your weekly Astro report for the week of December 30th to January 1st, or pardon me, January 5th of 2018 to 2019. So again, as I was saying in the last video, thank you everybody for all of your nice comments and things and just watching me all of last year and everything. Just thank you so much. And to people who have joined in the last year, thanks so much for finding me. And I hope you really like these Astro reports. I'm going to continue to do them. And I also on my Twitter, I'm doing like a daily Astro weather thing, like just a fun little, here's what's going on in the sky today. I post fun little gifts, so if you want to follow me there, links are below. You can do all of that. This year as well, I haven't launched them yet, but I am thinking of offering solar return charts. So solar return chart looks at the sky on your birthday and shows not just the day of your birth, that's a birth chart, but say your birthday coming this year in 2019, and lets you know what the overall themes are for your year ahead. So I'm looking at developing that. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up soon. Anyway, let's get started with the astrology report. So we have a couple of headlines this week. We have a new moon in the sign of Capricorn on Saturday, January 5th. So, you know, as much as people like to make a new start and make New Year's resolutions on New Year's Day, you might want to hold off till Saturday. Saturday is when the new moon is 7:28 p.m. Central Time. All these are in Central. Or you might just want to use the new year to be like, hey, here's some of the plans I'm making. And then Saturday, Sunday, do a new moon intention type ritual to really solidify like, yes, this is what we're doing this year. It is a new moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn tends to be like a little bit more of a serious sign, a little more hardworking. So it is time to kind of like get serious and be like, okay, I have these big ideas. Now what am I going to do to execute them? What is one step I can take towards that goal? So new moon in Capricorn is definitely a really good time for setting those intentions for the rest of the year, and at least for the rest of the month, getting some serious work done. The other headlines we have are that Mercury and Mars are changing signs this week. Mercury is moving into Capricorn on Friday, January 4th at 9:40 p.m. And we will find our Oracle of the Radiant Sun to talk about that. So we go from Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius, which tends to be a very fun-loving kind of sign, a sign where, you know, our communication tends to be more optimistic and joyful and humorous and, you know, silly, also a little maybe too direct with people, to Capricorn, where it tends to be a little bit more serious and measured. We tend to kind of, you know, we go from kind of the holiday kind of energy, the energy of holiday and good times, to like, okay, it's time to get down to business and get serious about things. So Mercury in Sagittarius, I'm just finding it here, is discovery. So definitely an element of philosophicalness here. Let's see if we can get the lighting right. There we go. To organization. There we go. Yeah. So definitely getting more organized about things. Capricorn's an earthy sign. It's a pretty serious sign, although it does like good earthly pleasures as well. I have to say, for you Capricorns, you do enjoy good food, a good bottle of wine, that kind of thing, the pleasures of life. But it is time for us to kind of like get a little bit more serious. And Friday, especially with the new moon on Saturday, that's when we're starting to really think like, how am I going to execute all these grand plans that I have for 2019? The other sign we have moving, like I said, is Mars is moving into the sign of Aries, the sign that it rules. So it is very, very happy here. So it moves out of Pisces, which is a watery sign, which is not terribly happy with. And we go from kind of a more passive aggressive type energy or a more passive wishy-washy energy when it comes to like enforcing our will, to more like, I'm going to do this. But sometimes it's a little bit too in your face. So watch for that kind of energy. It definitely lends like a good sense of, what am I looking for here? Lots of energy. So it does lend to your sense of energy and drive. There's a lot more impulsiveness as well. So what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that we are more forceful, we're more direct, we have a better ability and energy to go for things, but that energy doesn't tend to last very long in the sign of Aries. So it's not about doing long-term things, it's about doing those quick things that need to get done. So maybe break long-term goals into smaller pieces and then use that energy to get those smaller pieces done. The only thing we have to watch out for, though, is we might be more impulsive and more aggressive with people. So we have to kind of like step back sometimes and think before we act about things. So it's funny, the card here does say impulsiveness. So that's kind of funny. Impulsiveness. As opposed to in Pisces, it is, where are we here? Come on, card, we can find you. It's more about escape. We're using our energy to try to escape reality. So the energy is definitely shifting. That happens on Sunday, on Monday, December 31st. So that kind of changes the energy as we get into the new year. So use that energy wisely to kind of attack your goals, so to speak. Mars in Aries is a very warrior-like energy, but don't use it to attack people. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's get to the day today and see how the week is going. So we start the week on Sunday, December 30th with Moon in Libra, and then there's a void at 4:43 p.m. And then the Moon moves into Scorpio at 7:23 p.m. So Libra is like kind of a more easygoing type sign. We want to get along with people. We want to be harmonious. And then we go into Scorpio, which tends to be a little more intense and a little bit more, what word am I looking for? It's a very deep sign though, so we don't want to have superficial conversations with people. We want our relationships to people to be more transformative, to mean something. So intense doesn't necessarily mean bad. It can definitely transform things in a good way. So that's on Sunday evening, and then that goes through into Monday. Sunday as well, we also have Pluto making a sextile with the asteroid of Ceres. So again, there's a lot of transformative energy, and it's a really good time to think about how you might want to transform your body, or make health goals or nutrition goals, or make goals about how you're going to practice self-care for the coming year. So Sunday is a really good day to do that, as well as Monday. There's also going to be some choices that you have to make because we have Ceres making an opposition with Juno about choosing between being self-nurturing or nurturing others. So we might have to strike a balance between other people's needs and our own needs as well. So it's about compromise without compromising yourself, if you know what I mean. So those energies come up on Sunday and Monday. Monday is also when we have Mars moving into the sign of Aries as well, just as a reminder. Tuesday, January 1st, we start with a void. We start the day in Scorpio, and then we have a void moon at 4:26 p.m. So in the evening, void moons, don't do anything new, don't start anything new, just kind of keep going with things. The sun is conjunct with Saturn, so it's a great day for getting serious about what your goals are, for making some decisions, for thinking about plans, for getting organized with things. So it's a really great day to start the new year, especially if you believe in or you take part in making New Year's resolutions. On Thursday, the moon moves into the sign of Sagittarius at 2:58 a.m. So there's a sense of optimism. I know on Tuesday, a lot of people will probably be returning to work, after their holidays and things. So we're feeling optimistic, we're feeling good about things as we start the new year. Seeing if anything else for Thursday. No. And same with that energy continues into Thursday as well. On Thursday, Mercury makes a trine with Uranus. So this is actually a really good day to have a social gathering, to get together with people. You might meet somebody new that kind of excites you a little bit or gives you some different ideas or inspires you in some way. So watch for that on Thursday. Friday, we have a void moon at 11:41 a.m. and then the moon moves into Capricorn at 12:55 p.m. So in the afternoon, we kind of get a little more serious on the weekend, Friday and Saturday. So we're getting serious about some of our goals that we made, for the new year. We also have the sun making a sextile with Neptune on that day. So it's also a good day to do some meditation, to do some inner reflection before the new moon on Saturday, to kind of look within a little bit on the Friday. And Mercury again also moves into Capricorn on that day as well. So a lot of Capricorn energy going on the weekend. Saturday we have the new moon at 7:28 p.m. and I think that's really the only major aspect we have on the Saturday. So there's definitely a flow to the week. I think there's, a little bit more intensity going on. Oh, I forgot to mention on Sunday as well, we have Mercury makes a conjunction with Chiron. So that's a day like Sunday, we start the week feeling kind of intense, and we might be feeling a little more sensitive about things, and we might be feeling, things might trigger us, or we might feel attacked in some way, or and it's saying to just notice that when that happens, and to know that that's an area to work on doing some healing. So don't lash back at people. Also be aware that you might trigger others as well. So just keep that in mind on Sunday. We start the week feeling kind of sensitive, and then as we move into the week and the start of the week, we're feeling more optimistic. We're feeling optimistic about the new year. We're feeling like we need to get organized and think about how we're going to do things. And we get serious about it when we get to the weekend, when we get to Friday and Saturday. So I hope your week going into 2019 is a good one. And use those Capricorn energies wisely and that Mars energy wisely to get some stuff done. Thank you again so much for watching, and as always, peace, love,